Welcome to another episode of the Barretto podcast. So I'm so excited because we're back with another solo episode. And since you asked for more theories, we are coming back with another theory for you guys today. I think these are some theories that most of you have not heard yet. And I'm very happy to share it with you because it's a very emotional one. Definitely a very, very emotional one. So, ang topic natin for today is the unfinished room theory. Imagine your heart as a house. Every person you love, trust, and let in your life gets to build a room inside it. Some leave behind beautiful spaces, others leave before they are finished. But when the people leave, the rooms remain. Today, we are talking about the unfinished room theory. Why certain people continue to shape us long after they're gone. How unfinished rooms affect the way we love and trust, and how we reclaim, renovate, and repurpose the spaces they left behind. So ready na ba kayo? So ibabalik ko na naman yung segment natin dito sa solo episode na lahat ng question guide ko dito, itatanong ko rin sa inyo. Para as the episode goes, nasasagot nyo rin yung mga tanong na to by yourselves. You guys are also having a conversation with yourself as you watch this episode. Take this as a therapy session with me na pareho nating sasagutin tong mga questions na to. If sumasagi na yung mga tanong na to sa ulo mo or naiisip mo na tong mga tanong na to, maybe we can answer this together and navigate whatever you are going through together. So, simulan na natin. The unfinished room theory suggests that every person we let into our lives build a room inside us. What's your interpretation of it? Okay, so I think lahat naman ng tao na nami-meet natin sa buhay natin, or every person that we let in our lives, they always leave something behind. Sometimes they leave lessons, they leave wounds, sometimes they leave memories. Actually, not sometimes. They always leave memories. And some, they live dreams that you never got the chance to become reality because hindi nga nag-work out. You grew apart or you broke up or somewhere along the way, it just didn't happen for the two of you. The unfinished room, for me, is an emotional space. It remains after someone is gone. So kahit wala na yung tao na yun, nandun pa rin yung room. Hindi siya nawawala. I feel like our hearts and everything that we go through in our lives are a series of multiple doors. And some people leave their mark. That's their mark that they leave behind. It's so easy to say forgive and forget. Hindi naman ganun kadali mag-forgive. Hindi rin ganun kadali mag-forget. If I'm being honest, you can forgive, but you can never forget. So these are doors in your life that you open it one time, you experience, you go through that door, you live through it for quite some time, and then when you're done with it, you shut that door and then you open another door. So we're gonna talk about all of these unfinished rooms today. Okay, so some people leave beautiful rooms. Others leave halfway through construction. What do unfinished rooms look like in real life? Okay, so for me, unfinished rooms in real life are unanswered questions. These are the things that happens in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, na nagkakaproblema. Either nagkaroon ng trust issues, may mga, you built your dreams around this person. There are a lot of words that are left unsaid and versions of ourselves that never got a closure. So, these are sometimes the things na hindi natin nasabi out loud. Or may mga bagay na masakit yung ending. Hindi siya nag-end ng maayos. So, you guys parted ways differently. Hindi siya, either you parted ways one-sided, hindi siya mutual, or may nangyaring cheating, or kung ano man. Basically, it's It's basically the person that you imagined them to be or you dreamt a life with this person. But then hindi siya nangyari. So then it becomes an unfinished room. Yun lang naman ang interpretation ko. Pwede naman iba ang interpretation mo. 'Di ba? So, how do unfinished rooms show up in how we love and we trust? So, kung unfinished room siya, tas marami kang trust issues, tas may mga bagay na hindi yun napag-usapan, ibig sabihin may mga feeling, may mga, yung tawag doon, residual feelings. May mga naiiwan dyan na feelings na naglilinger sa heart mo, kaya ka matagal mag-move on or ang tagal mong ma-accept yung mga bagay-bagay kasi hindi siya na ilatag. Hindi kayo nakapag-usap or hindi maganda yung ending ninyo. A finished room kasi is something that's already stable. Okay na siya. You can sleep in it already. You can make memories with it already. Pwede ka nang magstay doon. Ang unfinished kasi is hindi pa siya tapos. So, ibig sabihin, open ending. Yan, open ending in different relationships. You can relate this also not only in romantic relationships, but you can also relate this to friendships. Since lately, we've been talking about friendships a lot and a lot of you can relate to it. Actually, nagulat kami sa response sa mga friendship episodes namin that a lot of you are going through tough times with your friend group. So, our theories will always revolve around just relationships in general. Okay, so we often carry old blueprints into new relationships. Someone who has betrayed or who may struggle with trust. So, let's say matagal na kayong magkaibigan or matagal na kayo in a relationship and something happened along the way in that relationship na nasira yung trust. Trust kasi is, for me, it's one of the basic foundations of every relationship. Not only romantic relationships, it's just one of the foundation to have a very healthy relationship is, of course, trust. So, once ma-break kasi yun, may crack na yung relationship eh. Pag may crack na yung relationship, it allows yung ibang, isipin nyo parang Jenga piece yan. 'Di ba? Na kapag may isang natatanggal, 'di ba nagwa-wobbly na yung Jenga set. So, isipin mo ganun yung nangyayari sa relationship nyo. That your love life is like a Jenga set. The more magtanggal ka ng isa, tanggalin mo yung trust. Maggagalaw na yan. Wobbly na siya, di ba? Tapos, syempre, pagka may trust issue, communication nyo, magje-jeopardize na yung communication dyan. Or, magko-communicate kayo pero lagi kayo nag-aaway, nagsasakita na kayo, may trust issues ka na, so nagde-develop na siya ng problem sa relationship nyo, nagiging toxic na yung relationship nyo, until the Jenga pieces will just eventually fall. And just like relationships, there is a reason why may mga foundation talaga ang relationships na staple siya, essential. Kailangan meron talaga yung bawat relationship nun. At isa na dun yung trust, communication, and of course, loyalty. Iba din yung patience, understanding, compromise. Ang daming pieces. So I feel like kapag isa-isa sila nababawasan, then it becomes unfinished because these are the things that ang dami mong gustong sabihin dun sa tao tas hindi mo na masabi. Kasi tapos na eh. Or ayaw makinig dun tao. Or pwede ring one-sided din yung break. Siya naman yung ayaw na ikaw naman gusto mo pang ilaban. Pwede rin ganon. Madaming ways to put this theory into maraming pwedeng ipeg itong theory na to sa maraming bagay. And may mga tao din, itong mga unfinished rooms, pwede rin to yung na-abandon. I feel like that's one of the unfinished rooms that I have. The fear of abandonment. So that's something that I struggle with till this day. I feel like that's why I'm easily attached to people. I feel like that's why I'm very protective over the people that I have in my life. And maybe also that's one of the reasons why I always give chances to a lot of people that have hurt me in the past. Is because ayoko silang mawala. Kasi nga may fear ako of abandonment. Na parang konti na nga lang yung mga taong nililet in ko sa buhay ko. So, kung ililet go ko pa sila or hahayaan ko na lang na mawala sila sa life ko, parang ayan na, nasasayangan ako. But then alam mo, as you get older, you realize talaga. Like, let me just go back to our previous solo episode. Wala namang sayang. Hindi ka nakaramdam ng sayang na feeling. Kasi, you know, you've done your part as a friend, you've done your part as a partner. So, alam mo na wala kang pagkukulang. Kaya nawala na yung sayang factor na yun sa akin. And natuto na rin ako talaga mag-let go. But, hindi ibig sabihin nag-let go ako. Nakalimutan ko na yun. Or, ano na siya sa life ko, parang hindi, totally, it never happened. Wala naman nangyayari sa life natin na pwede nating masasabi na it never happened. As much as we want, can you imagine if we can just make all of our problems disappear? Or all of the people that have hurt us in the past, kaya lang natin mawala yung emosyon na yun, like it never happened. Of course, we can never do that. We dream that it happens, but it never does. So, isa yung unfinished room sa akin is that may abandonment issues talaga ako. At hindi lang to sa ibang forma, sa lahat ng bagay. Parang gusto ko talaga laging nilalaban lahat until hindi ko na kaya, until hindi ko na siya ma-justify. Parang ang gagawin ko kasi dyan is i-justify ko muna lahat. Paglalaban ko muna lahat, kahit di na siya kalaban-laban. Until marirealize ko na lang na, okay, Dani, suko mo na yan. Wala ka na pinaglalaban dito, mukha ka ng tanga. That's the only time I give it up. And I feel like it's because it roots from that door, that unfinished room that I feel in my heart that you gotta give people chances so that you never have to feel na naiiwanan ka. So it took a while for me to realize that people leave for a reason. You know, there are some people who just, again, darating lang talaga sila sa life mo kahit pamilya pa yan. Pamilya, kaibigan, romantic partners. You once feel na hindi sila mawawala sa buhay mo. But then, you realize na, okay, I have to shut this door. It's about time for me to close this door because meron akong thing na sasara ko yung pinto, tapos pag nakakita ko ng window of hope, bubuksan ko na naman yung pinto, papapasukin ko na naman. Tatry ko na naman i-renovate yung kwarto, tatry ko na naman ayusin yung kwarto, tapos sisirain na naman lahat, mawawala na naman lahat. So I have to exit that door again. And it's always, I feel the struggle to reopen the door. I feel like I'm in that. I was in that predicament. That I had to learn to walk away completely. Yung parang, pag sinarado mo na, wag mo nang buksan. Ilock mo na, ipadlock mo na. Diba? Or i-demolish mo na yung pintuan. I-demolish mo na yung door. Ganon. Parang wag mo nang balik-balikan. Kasi parang yung nangyayari dyan is, binibigyan mo ng chance yung tao. Okay, binigyan mo ng chance. It's okay to give chances, ha? I'm not telling you not to give chances. Oh my God, do not twist my words. It's okay to give chances. I've given so many chances to a lot of people in my life. But there has to be a boundary talaga eh. May boundary talaga na, ito na yon, full stop. Hindi na pwede talaga. Na, the door is so wide open. And I keep letting you in. And yet you keep letting me down. So, ikaw pa ba yung may mali? Or ako na? 'Di ba? Parang nandun na ako sa question na yon. Alam mo, na-realize ko na lang, hindi na rin talaga kasalanan ng tao. Kasalanan ko na din. Kasi may choice naman ako 'di ba? May choice naman ako to close that door. I have a choice to close that chapter. So bakit pinipili ko pa din na hayaan yung tao to walk all over me or to hurt me that way repeatedly? I cannot. 'Di ba? Parang there has to be a boundary within yourself, some self-love and some self-respect talaga. Na sasabihin mo na hindi ko na talaga to deserve. Wala naman akong ginawang mali sa'yo. 'Di ba? So at the end of the day, you can walk away with no regrets. Possible pala 'yun. Possible pala 'yun. Wala kang panghihinayang, but of course you grieve it. I feel like every closed door or every door that we close, you will always grieve it first. It's so impossible na you close a door or a chapter in your life that you don't grieve. Because at one point in your life, umikot yung mundo mo sa mga taong to eh. At one point in your life, everything was about them. At one point in your life, your routine was based on their routine. Nag-merge kayo ng routine, nag-merge kayo ng lifestyle, nag-merge kayo ng mga kaibigan, close na yung mga pamilya nyo. At one point in time, both your life coexisted. So, if you're going through a tough time right now in this situation, allow yourself to grieve it. Though you don't have to stop yourself. Huwag kang magtapang-tapangan at sabihin mo, hindi, okay lang. Let go na, ayoko na. Oo, tama naman yung mentality na yun. Pero huwag ka ding magpanggap na hindi ka nasasaktan. Kasi tao ka lang naman din. 'Di ba? Pwede ka namang masaktan. You're allowed to grieve it. And don't let people tell you not to. Don't allow people to tell you how to feel. Or to tell you that hayaan mo na, wala namang kwenta yan eh. Huwag mo nang iyakan. It's so easy to say that. Ang dali-dali sabihin yan sa mga tao. Pero hindi naman nila alam yung love, yung time, yung effort, the years that you've spent with this person, the routine, the imagine walking away from that door and may uncertainty ka pa sa kung anong mangyayari sa buhay mo next. Siyempre nakakatakot din yun. That's part of the grieving process Yung starting over, that's part of the grieving process. Kasi natatakot ka sa kung anong mangyayari next. We're always afraid of what's gonna happen next. We're excited about it, but we're also afraid. So it's a normal feeling. And it's not also when in terms of walking away in relationships and life in general. We're always afraid to start over. Whether it's a failed career or a failed, whatever it is that you feel like you failed at or failed in. We're always afraid to start over because it's unknown. So, you feel like going inside another door. Nakatakot siya. Lahat naman ng experiences natin sa buhay, it will always feel that way at first. But ako kasi, nakita ko yung silver lining recently sa life ko nung natuto ko mag-let go ng mga tao. Doon ko nakita yung silver lining. Okay, ito pala yun. Masakit siya sa una, pero marirealize mo talaga kung bakit hindi na talaga tong mga taong to meant magstay sa buhay mo. Or lalo na ngayon, like I came from a toxic relationship for so long. When I think about it now, this version of me, this Dani right now in front of you and talking to you right now, would never, ever enter that relationship in this era. Like, if that era was in this era, that will never happen. It will never happen. Because ibang Dani na yun dati. That Dani was so different from this Dani right now talking to you. I am so far from that person. I used to be an intense people pleaser, a pushover. I revolved my life. I always revolved my life kung sino yung nandun sa tao sa buhay ko. Kung ano yung gusto nila, yun ang gagawin natin. I allowed my life to merge with theirs. Wala akong uncomfortability noong time na yun. Lahat okay. So, now, this Dani, oh God, no. This Dani always says no now. A totally different Dani. So, it's a door that I don't regret. And I would say, though, that's not an unfinished door. That's a closed door. That's a totally closed door. Because there are no words that are left unsaid there. I've said what I needed to say. I felt what I needed to felt in that exact moment. So that's not an unfinished door for me. That's a closed door. Hindi naman lahat sa buhay natin unfinished. Unfinished kasi may pwede mo pa yung ayusin at some point kung gusto mo. Pero there are also some doors that are meant to be closed. And don't be afraid to close them. I think that's just one of the things I wanted to say. Okay, next. What happens when we make a home inside a room someone else abandoned? So, sometimes it's the absence of that person. So, you start living around that absence. So, you start to redecorate your life around that absence. So you start to pick up a new hobby, make new friends, because you guys used to have the same friends, or probably it will be a new career, or baka it's your blooming era. So mag-change look ka na. Lagi naman ganun, di ba? It always happens. When you want to break free from something, or you finally broke free from something, you want to work on yourself. Maybe you're in that part of your life and you're redecorating your entire life and you're adding color to it again. Our room that was once muted colors, all black, probably very dark, now you're starting to add color to that room because you realize that marami pa palang reasons to live for. There's so many other reasons to move forward. Marami ka pa palang tao na mamamit sa life mo na may matututunan ka din sa kanila. You're gonna experience new things with new people in your life until this room is completely done, because you feel that, oh, ito lang pala yung kulang. Ikaw lang pala yung kulang. Diba? Parang you're the interior designer and the architect of your life. So you get to change the plans if you want to. You can demolish pillars, demolish doors, demolish rooms if you want to, and rebuild again. You can change the color. It's really up to you. You are the designer of your life. So, at the end of the day, hindi porket ang isang bagay natapos doesn't mean that you can't start over again. Diba? Parang ikaw yan eh. It's a choice that you have to constantly make within yourself to rebuild. It's easier said than done sometimes. But you know what's harder? For me, it's harder to stay down. It's harder to stay down and wallow and drown in misery rather than to rebuild. Because at least when you start rebuilding or you start redecorating your life or renovating your life, there's hope. You feel a sense of hope that things are going to get better. You get to realize as you go that, oh, this is why I had to close that door, or this is why I had to walk away from that door or that life. It's because I'm meant for this path. Like, that's a chance, or there's a glimmer there of hope that it's okay to start over, that starting over isn't scary pala. It's a new beginning. Diba? Parang natatakot tayo lagi sa new beginnings, thinking that if we start over, it means something failed. No, not necessarily. Yeah, it may be an ended relationship. It may be a ended career or something, but it doesn't mean that you failed. Sometimes, I think we associate the end with failure all the time. Ako kasi, I used to believe, I was a believer of that, na kapag nag-end ng isang bagay, nag-fail ka. Na-realize ko lang recently na hindi pala ganun. Na ikaw talagang makakapag-dictate sa isang bagay. So, kung nag-end ang isang bagay, hindi ibig sabihin nag-fail ka. Pwede naman na because it's just meant to end. Because hindi na siya pwede mag-move forward. Ayaw mo nang pilitin. Ayaw mo nang maging unhappy. Gusto mo na ng growth. Gusto mo nang umusad sa buhay. So bakit ka failure? 'Di ba? If you are trying to chase growth, you're trying to chase a better life, or you want to become a better person or a happier person, then that's not failure. For me, that's maturity. That's seeing things from a new perspective, from a beautiful perspective at that. Because naalala mo yung sarili mo. So I think this is just a reminder that not all endings are a failure. For me, sometimes it could be considered as a win. When you end something in your life, that's a win because it's something that you never thought you were gonna let go of, or it's a door that you never thought you're ever gonna shut. So once you've shut that door and completely like walked away from it, so damn far from it, that's a win. Achievement nga yun eh. Ako, to be honest, I had a really, really great sigh of relief when I walked away from a toxic relationship because it's a door I thought I was never gonna close. I thought I was trapped in that damn room. I thought that was it for me. That's the life I'm gonna have moving forward. So walking away from it and opening a brand new door was an insanely big win for me. Because after I walked away from that door and built myself another room, I never left that room. That room became my entire life now. This Dani that's looking at you and talking to you right now, this whole podcast, this whole career, my kids, the life that I've built was the product of me walking away from that door and entering this door that honestly was the one waiting for me all along. I just needed to take that leap and walk away from it. So there are some things talaga that will put us in situations that we always have to think, okay, tama pa ba tong ginagawa ko? Tama, is this the right time to walk away? I feel like you're never gonna know the answer to that unless you just do it. Kasi ako, I cannot tell you what to do. I always feel before, alam mo how many times I've played it over my head, how I was gonna end that relationship, how can I walk away from this relationship? Until one day, tinapakan ko na lang yung sarili ko, okay, just do it, Dani. Just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Shit, best decision of my life. Best decision. And I feel like he would say the same because he's also happier now. He's also happier now with his life. So imagine if we both stayed in that trap door. I don't think we're ever gonna be this happy like we are in our lives now. I don't think so. We were very bad for each other, that's for sure. So, you win some, you lose some. Diba? Okay. So, have you ever realized a past relationship was affecting new ones? Oh. Well, when Javi and I started, it was actually not from me. It was more from him. I feel like he was still healing at that time from his breakup when we met. So, he really mentioned his past a lot of times. It was always brought up in conversations. Parang I had to also, actually nakwento ko ba to sa isa kong guesting ng podcast? Hindi ko maalala if nakwento ko. Pero, he would bring up his ex a lot in the start of our relationship. And not in a sweet way, ha? Like, he would just talk about it. Like, he would just release his anger or his whatever his emotions were on why they broke up. Or a memory that he once had. And at first, okay lang siya sa akin kasi hindi pa naman ako ganun ka-attached. Pero nung parang tumatagal na kami nagde-date, parang hindi pa rin nagbabago yung flow. So, I really messaged him and I think it was in New Year's. And I was in Japan. And I didn't want to end my year with another toxic relationship. I didn't want to enter another relationship na may ang dami niya pang hang-ups. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, like, I didn't leave one to start another one. So that was like an ultimatum. So I really put all my feelings there in that message and I told him straight up, like, if you are not ready to move forward with another relationship, if you're still trying to heal or you're still moving on. But in his defense though, he wasn't trying to get back with the ex. Talagang marami lang siyang galit dun sa ex. Kasi nag-cheat yung ex eh. So, marami lang talaga siyang galit. Siguro ang dami niyang, it stemmed from insecurity also kasi na-cheat on siya eh. So, ang dami niyang trust issues, ang dami niyang gustong ilabas na galit. Parang masyado siyang galit sa mundo nung na-meet ko siya. So, I feel like I told him, if you're not ready for another relationship, wag mong ipilit. I was in that, it was along those lines. And it was a wake-up call for him. Kasi when I got back, nagbago na talaga lahat. As in, never ko na narinig yung pangalan. Kahit kailan. Never ko na talaga narinig. Hindi niya na minention. Not a peep. As in, talagang he said, you know, you're right. Like, I cannot keep talking about what happened to me and start a new one. And for me, that was a sign sa akin that message was a sign if this door was worth opening. Like, kasi nung nagde-date kami, nasa labas lang kami ng door. So, that message was a sign for me whether if I should open the door and let him in completely. So, I think that was the start of it. May mga bagay talaga, di ba, na parang kapag hindi ka pa talaga ready, wag mo din talaga ipilit. Kasi minsan yung mga tao, alam mo na, sa totoo lang, ako lang to ha, this is just my opinion. Pwede namang magkakaiba tayo ng opinion. Pero may mga tao sila nagsasabi na para mag-start ka ng panibagong relationship, dapat mag-date ka ng bago. Alam mo kasi ako, ayoko talaga maniwala doon. Kasi naaawa talaga ako doon sa bago. Parang, if hindi ka pa healed, marami ka pang galit sa buhay mo. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka pa ready mag-date. Hindi ka pa ready kumilala ng tao. Hindi ka pa ready pumasok sa buhay ng ibang tao kasi hindi mo pa nga na-figure out yung nangyayari sa'yo. Parang hindi naman, for me lang to ha, you can disagree. I just feel like hindi naman deserve nung tao na yun na very sincere or walang kasalanan sa'yo or at least wala pang kasalanan sa'yo. Na kailangan ka pa niyang tulungan to heal. Kaya nga siya nakikipag-date kasi gusto niya ng partner, gusto niya ng kasama, gusto niya ng maging masaya. So kung parang lagi siya makakarinig ng mga ganitong kwento na kailangan niya pang marinig yung ex mo or yung nangyari sa past relationship mo, parang tama ba yun? Parang hindi ko nakikita yung point. Diba? Hindi ko nakikita yung point. Pero opinion ko lang naman yun. Kasi para feeling ko yung mga taong ganun takot mag-heal mag-isa. Kaya naghahanap ng karamay. Alam mo yun? Ako lang yun Again, you can disagree. Kasi ako, nagsimula ako sa ganyan na parang okay, I have to date again. Para mawala yung nafe-feel ko nung time na yun para hindi ako masyado malungkot. Pero alam mo, pag mag-isa na lang ako, malungkot pa rin ako. Yung kahit naman tinetext ako or nagde-date kami, parang hindi pa rin naman ako buo. Parang ang dami ko pa rin galit. So, I really had to have time alone to figure it out talaga with myself. Where it roots from, kung saan nanggagaling yung galit ko, kung paano ko ito i-let go, how do I reintroduce myself. I had to learn that by myself. I just feel like kapag ganun yung crisis mo, na hindi ka pa nag-heal, yeah, it's possible to heal with another person. I'm not saying it's not. Okay, please do not twist my words. It works out for other people and I'm happy for you that it does. It's just my opinion na I think gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na kaya nyo din naman mag-heal without someone clouding your judgment or putting their 2 cents worth over something they did not go through. Because they were not in that relationship. They were not part of that relationship. So, they won't understand your pain. Diba? So, ewan ko lang. Opinion ko lang naman yun. Ewan ko. I'm sure marami magdi-disagree dyan. 99.9% na manonood na to magdi-disagree. I'm telling you. But it's okay. Let's just agree to disagree na kanya-kanya tayong pinagdadaanan. Okay? Next. Is closure something others give as something or something we create? Well, closure is wonderful when it's given, of course, because then after that conversation, you can close that chapter and then part ways. But it's also very dangerous if you wait for it. Because there's always that thing that will always linger there na nag-aantay ka ng mag-close ang isang chapter sa buhay mo. So natatakot ka mag-open ng panibagong chapter kasi feeling mo hindi pa to tapos. I feel like real closure often happens when we stop needing another person to explain our worth or validate our pain. I feel that yun talaga yung true meaning of closure. Kapag hindi tayo nag-aantay na yung tao i-explain sa atin kung anong ginawa nila sa atin para ma-validate yung nararamdaman natin, I feel like if we stop seeking for that, and you just want to walk away because you're just done. Close chapter. Need to start a new one. Bye. I feel like that's closure. Again, this is my opinion. I feel like that's true closure. Kasi closure is sometimes gusto mong marinig dun sa tao na nasaktan ka niya. Gusto mo siyang kausapin kasi gusto mo siya mag-take accountability sa ginawa niya sa'yo. Gusto mo siya mag-take accountability na nasaktan ka niya. Gusto mo i-validate niya yung pain mo. Pero double-edged sword yan. Kasi minsan, kapag nag-take accountability, na-validate ka, babalik yung loob mo doon sa tao. So may chance magkabalikan pa kayo. Diba? Double-edged sword siya pa minsan. Ako dapat magko-closure kayo pag sigurado na kayo kung ano talaga yung ending ng closure na yan. Kung ang ending ba ng closure na yan is just para planchahin nyo lahat bago kayo mag-separate ways, or gusto nyo mag-closure with the hopes na baka maayos nyo pa yan while talking to each other. Ba? Ako, ang dami kong closure. Alam mo, 3 times ata kami nag-closure nun. Failed attempt. Yung 2 closure. Sobrang failed attempt. Nakuha yung loob ko 2 times eh. Munti ko balikan talaga. As in, munti ko talaga balikan, Diyos me Lord. Yung pangatlo naming closure, sigurado na ako doon that I was walking away. But apparently, sa akin closure yon, sa kanya hindi pala. 'Di ba? O yung isa pa yun. Isa pa yun. Paano kung hindi pala kayo parehong gusto ng closure? Diyos ko Lord. Dahil nga failed attempt yung 2 closure namin, yung pangatlo, akala niya magkakabalikan na kami. Hindi pala. That was my way of saying ayoko na talaga. Time to walk away. Hindi pala sa kanya yun closure. O edi, ang pangit na naman yung ending namin, di ba? Kasi attempt kami ng attempt mag-closure. Eh hindi nga. Kailangan firm ka. Kailangan talaga may finality yung bagay-bagay. Hindi pwedeng 100 yung closure nyo. Kasi yung 100 closure na yan, ako talaga makakabalikan kayo. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There is a power that comes with validation and accountability. Sometimes you find that, oh, thank God, you took accountability. You should have done this before. Okay, since you know how to take accountability now, balikan na tayo. Oh God. Patay. Trap. Boom. Ayan na. Ay, okay, next question. Are we haunted more by the people who left or by who we became because of them? Oh. Honestly, ako, I was both. I was haunted by the version that I lost. The happy, outgoing, very career-driven Dani. I lost that one eh. Nawala talaga siya. I lost my spark. I lost who I was in that relationship. And that, for me, was, I feel like that was the breakup that I was grieving, if I'm being honest. I wasn't really grieving that relationship anymore because I really wanted to get out of it. I feel like I've moved on already dun sa relationship na yun eh. It was more of the routine that I was afraid to walk away from. And 2, I was really grieving the Dani that I lost. For me, that was the hardest. Kasi that was a breakup with myself. Nakipag-break ako sa sarili ko to be with this person. I think that's the most painful thing I've ever done. Was I chose to break up with myself to make someone else happy. And in that process, that person was happy. That person's life got better. But I was lost. I was really, really lost. So when I broke up with that person, talagang I had to find myself talaga. I had to figure out what will I do next? How can I create a new routine? How can I remove this person from my life and, find myself again? Like, I had so many questions. But mainly, I was haunted by the Dani that was lost. I thank God I found her again. It's sometimes, for me, this is just, again, my opinion. Healing isn't always about getting over the person. Sometimes it's about finding our way back to ourselves again. It's you heal when you finally realize why these people had to leave, why you had to put up walls or put boundaries with some certain people. But I feel like you've completely healed once you find you find your way back to yourself. I think that's the only time you really feel that you've healed. Pag nandun ka na sa part na masaya ka na ulit sa sarili mo. Pagmahal mo na ulit yung sarili mo, iniisip mo na ulit yung sarili mo, kung ano yung makakabuti para sa'yo. I feel yun yung sign na alam mo that you've healed. When you stop allowing people to hurt you, to drain your energy, to damage some parts of yourself. I feel like once you've put that wall and that boundary and you gain that self-respect and self-love back, that's it. You're healing. And next thing you know it, you've healed. You're ready again to start over. And that takes a lot of time. Okay, next. Is healing tearing down the room or redesigning it? Okay. So meron ako ni-note dito. Babasahin ko lang sa inyo, ha? Not every room needs demolition. Some rooms become libraries filled with wisdom. Some become museums of lesson learned. Healing isn't erasing the past. It's changing its purpose. So, basically, when you enter a room or when you look back in your life, it could just be a beautiful wall of memories. Or again, the term that I used here is libraries. It could just be a series of books about the experiences you've had in your life. And it could be you walking think of it like pumapasok ka sa isang museum at lahat ng nakikita mo sa museum is all of the things that you've learned from the past. All of the things that you've learned and overcame. And after you walk through that museum, you realize that healing pala is not erasing what happened in the past or erasing this memory you had with this person or completely removing a certain person in your life. Sometimes it's just seeing things from a different perspective and you're changing its purpose in your life. Na, okay, ito yung purpose sa mga taong nawala sa buhay ko. Ito yung mga purpose kung ba't ako nasaktan. Ito yung purpose kung bakit nangyari to. It's just you shifting your perspective and accepting the fact that you have to go through it. Life will really challenge you. Life will really teach you so many things along the way. And sometimes you're gonna feel like you don't deserve it. And yes, you most probably don't deserve it. But it's necessary to happen because it will really shape you. It will strengthen you. It will make your heart stronger, your mind stronger. It will make you stronger. And at the end of it, you're going to feel like a completely different person. A healed version. Right? Okay. So, if there is a room in your life that still feels unfinished, what would you place there today? Ito yung mga sinagot ko. Okay. I wrote here, peace, forgiveness, compassion, and acceptance. Whatever was missing when the room was first built. So yun yung mga wala sa life ko nung time na yun. Most especially peace. Wala akong peace nun. Hirap ako mag-forgive. At till this day, I still struggle to forgive, guys. Like, di ako magmamalinis dito. I still struggle with forgiveness. I still pray every day that I forgive. Na matuto ako mag-forgive. Na mag-forgive ako. At the same time, i-accept ko rin yung mga bagay-bagay. Kasi pag wala kang acceptance, mahirap mag-forgive. And for me ngayon, this door doesn't feel unfinished anymore. I feel that I constantly renovate it. I feel like the room that I'm in, I constantly renovate it as I grow older. Binabago ko siya every year na tumatanda ako. Kasi mas nakikilala ko yung sarili ko habang tumatanda ako. Mas marami ako na-discover sa sarili ko habang tumatanda ako. Nagbabago rin yung buhay ko habang tumatanda ako. So I feel like it's ever-changing. I allow it to change because I believe change is always good. And I just go where God takes me. I just go where God wants me to be, where He wants to place me, because I know He will never fail me wherever He puts me. So, yeah. Okay, so here's something to close this episode. The beautiful thing about the unfinished room theory is realizing that while people may help build rooms inside us, they never own the house. They may leave. They may disappoint us. They may never return to finish what they started. But the house is still ours. And every day, we get to decide what stays, what goes, and what remains. Thank you guys for watching this episode. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Catch the new episodes of the Bear Doll podcast every Monday and Thursday on Spotify, and every Tuesday and Friday on our YouTube channel.